The next one we are going to discuss is 6c. Now for 6c, we are going to do something similar. Now 6c is one of the examples where it pays off to be a little bit careful, because we just look at a for loop, right? So it will make it look like the I and the j, each one is going to be n, so you automatically have an n squared. This only if you only look at the for loops. Now, but some of the conditions inside the loop, like in this case, the if j mod I equals to 0, this could actually change the runtime of the algorithm. So, which is why I think we want to analyze the actual runtime itself. Now, what is the meaning of j % I equals to 0? So what does it mean to have a mod? So it means if we divide j by I, the remainder is 0. So in other words, j is divisible by I, right? So if j is divisible by I, then we'll go inside this loop and do something inside here, right? Okay, now let's first figure out how many times do we have to go inside here, which means that how many times do we satisfy the if condition. So now the I is going to range from 1 to n plus 1, so which means it's going to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way, and the last one is going to be n. Now the j, alright, the j itself will do the same. So if j equals to 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to n. So that is if there is no condition, right? The two for loops are going to essentially go through all these possible combinations of I and j. Now let's take a look first at I equals to 1. So when I equals to 1, we will check first whether j is divisible by I before we go inside the condition. Now if I equals to 1, which j will satisfy the condition j mod I equals to 0? This one, yes. How about this one? Yes. Which one doesn't? So they all do, right? So that means essentially they will satisfy everything here. Now how many times is it going to run them? So it's going to run n times. Now when I equals to 2, we will only go inside the condition here if j mod 2 is 0. Now which means that 1 is not divisible by 2, but 2 is divisible by 2, right? 3 is not, 4 is, 5 is not, 6 is. Now every 2 we're going to do it once. So which means that this is going to be n over 2. Now the I equals to 3, 1 is not divisible, 2 is not, but 3 is. 4 is not, 5 is not, but 6 is. So every 3, we're going to do it once, which means that this is n over 3. Now if we pursue it all the way to the end, now the only thing here that will satisfy n would actually only be the last one. Everything else is not divisible by n, except for n itself. So we only have it once, which is all the way to the end, which is once, right? And 1 here is the same as n over n. So which means that the number of times that we are going to satisfy this is n times when I equals to 1, n over 2 when I equals to 2, n over 3 when I equals to 3, and n over n when I equals to n. Now if we then have a summation in the following sense, right? Until n over n. So we factorize the n. So you have 1 plus 1 over 2, 1 over 3, all the way to 1 over n. And this thing, as given in the hint, the summation of 1 to 1 over n is log n. So this itself is n log n. Now this is only counting the number of times that we are going to satisfy the if condition. Now, but if we do satisfy the if condition, then we have to repeat another 2 lines, which are line 5 and line 6. So the k is going to range n times, and each time is going to call some method n. So it's going to be n times n here. So there's going to be n squared every time we satisfy this. So this is satisfying the if, right? So then the total will be the number of times that you satisfy the if condition multiplied by the repetitions that you need to do within that condition, which in this case is n squared. So then the total is going to be n cubed log n. So then that's going to be the big O, which is n cubed log n. Alright, so the idea here, yes? Why is it n squared? So the n squared is referring to 5 and 6. So in this case, we have a loop, right? The loop k is going to repeat 1 to n. So when k equals to 1, we do some method n, which is n. When k equals to 2, we do another n. When k equals to 3, we do another n. So we do it n times. So it's n times n, which is n squared. That is something that we keep repeating every time we go and inside and satisfy the condition. So that means that this number n log n, which is the number of times that the if condition is satisfied, we still have to multiply it by the n squared, which is the k and the sum method n. Right? Okay, any further clarification from the tutorial? Alright, if not, then we're going to take about a 5-minute break to get prepared for the mini quiz. We're going to start the quiz at 9:20.